Some of the first visuals of the protesters, one of the protesters who's been injured in the clashes that broke out in Baramullah. These protesters have alleged that the police have misbehaved with a woman and they had tried to block the Baramullah highway. One person that we told you who was critically injured, and these are some of the first pictures of the one person who's been critically injured in these clashes and being rushed to the hospital. In fact, in all, 10 protesters have been injured and curfew has now been imposed in Baramullah after the protest turned rather violent. For our viewers just joining in, fresh clashes have now broken out in Baramullah and J&K. Protesters tried to clash with the police in Baramullah. One person was critically injured and he's now been rushed to a hospital. 10 people in all have been injured in these clashes, and what you're seeing is, of course, protesters who were protesting with the police in Baramullah alleged that police has misbehaved with a woman. They've blocked the Baramullah highway. And in this latest clashes, one person got critically injured as he's now being rushed to the nearby hospital. In all, 10 people have been injured, and of course this is not the first time. There have been umpteen number of instances. Only 2 days ago there were clashes in fact in Baramullah district and also in Shopian, in which 6 people were injured. And now the latest clashes in Baramullah, where one person is critically injured, rushed to a nearby hospital, and 10 other people have been injured in these clashes. And Fareed, what information do you have, and can you also give us some more information about these protesters? I mean, are there a bunch of pro-separatist protesters, or are they ordinary civilians who are protesting against the latest incident?
Absolutely right. These are protesters basically backed by the separatists, and in Sopore as well as in some other volatile places that are really have been in the past seen as very volatile as far as violence is concerned. These protests have erupted at these places, and of course, as of now, latest information that we have is that 8 people have been injured, 3 of them critically. One of them has been hit by a tear gas shell direct. So he is critical. All of them have been shifted to the hospital. So this latest spate of violence comes after that the organization that was, that came up in Shopian, they gave this program for the next 4 days, and suddenly we saw these violent protests erupting in many parts of, especially in North Kashmir's Baramullah district. And as of now, additional reinforcements of CRPF and police are being sent to this trouble spot to really maintain law and order. But of course, as the casualty figure mounts, as the injuries mount, so is the anger of the people. I mean, it's also mounting, and more people are joining these protests. So that is really the sad part. I mean, the police will have to show restraint, because once there is one casualty, this really, spreads, ripples across. People get more angry and they come out on the streets. So that is the situation, very tense at this time. And as I said, additional reinforcements being sent in, and the exit and entry routes into Sopore and Baramullah, they have been almost sealed by the police.